Welcome to Real Life Investing. This is Al. Get in contact with you guys. Going to be talking to you about some Turbo and Toshi. I'm still looking very positive at both of these particular coins. But remember, whatever we see on the channel is not financial advice. However, if you like what you see today, we just ask you to like and subscribe to us. We are growing, and we just ask you to grow with us. We are excited for the days to come. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Turbo. Even as we speak, Turbo has risen to, what is this, 13%. Looks like it's going to go even a little bit higher today. One of the things you want to look at the market cap right here is the market cap is currently under 100 and how can I say 196, 197. Anyways, it's less than 200 million. So you still have a great bargain on your hands here in a lot of ways, even though it's risen 13%. Also, if you're able to catch it on the dip even earlier, you would have been able to make even a greater DCA or a greater profit than you see now. So things are going very well. Let's go ahead and look at the 7-day. I think that is down, yes, by 23% pretty much. Looking at the month, that is also down 37%. So something to consider on that end. For the year, Turbo is down pretty far as well. Like I said before, this is a good opportunity for anyone that's looking to get into Turbo to know that you're going to be able to see a lot of upside in the future. So this is going to go pretty well, hopefully. Remember, like I said, whatever we say is not financial advice, but also don't forget that on the overall, Turbo is up over 3,000%. So just to give you guys a heads up, Turbo has come a long ways and it's going to go a long ways as well. So keep that in mind. Let's go ahead to Toshi. And in this particular case, we're looking at Toshi. Toshi is pretty much at 0% breaking even right now. Let's see where we are with this one. Let me get to my chart on that. And so for the day, let's go to the 7-day. 7-day is down just a little bit, maybe like 1%. For the month, Toshi is up 32%, which is really positive. The market cap for Toshi is really headed in the right direction as far as, like, if you notice, this is almost at 400 million. I'm noticing that the levels are starting to, how can I say, come to a certain point with Turbo and Toshi. So let's see what happens in the next few days and keep that in mind. For the year, Toshi is up, way up. Let's see, it is up over 300% for the year. All time, yes, of course, it is up. What is that? Over 2,000%. So things are going very well for both of the coins overall. One of the things we want to understand is that we have to be in it to win it. And with Turbo and Toshi, that has given us the opportunity. Full disclosure, I know that concerning my Toshi, I was able to buy early enough that I'm still in profit. And with Turbo DCAing a little bit still, but don't forget that Turbo was at a over a penny at one point. So Turbo definitely can come back a long ways. Keep that in mind. Now we got fear and greed right here is finally gotten to neutral. It was in fear. So it looks like it's swinging back in that direction. You know what I mean? So things are going pretty well. Looking at Bitcoin is going to be at 115,000. Ethereum is back over 4,000. That's not a surprise. BNB is back with force. BNB is back at 1,300. This is crazy. One of the things we can say about BNB is that it has not skipped a beat too much. It had a small fall and maybe like the 1100s from what I recall. But BNB has been rocking the whole way through. I was so interested in BNB a few days ago, even before this little flash crash. And then, I was saying, hey, we need to check this out a little bit. Maybe we'll look at BNB a little bit more later on. But right now, we already know that BNB is one of the larger coins. So we were expecting it to keep going up anyway. Now, let's go ahead a little bit to the Bitcoin dominance. In the Bitcoin dominance area, it appears that we have Bitcoin at, what's this, 58.7%. Ethereum's at 12.9%, and the other is going to be at 28.4%. So One of the things we want to look at here is Ethereum is getting ready to rise back up just a little bit. I noticed that Bitcoin is stepping further back from the 60% that it was about to head into. So it does appear that the market is starting to correct itself and things are headed in the direction that we were expecting. Now, let's go a little bit further, talking about the US. This is, I find this hilarious almost for me personally. Listen, I want to apologize to anybody who's offended, but I'm just saying, like, the way these how can I say, markets go back and forth, and the way politics goes back and forth. I'm just talking about concerning the markets. I'm not trying to get political. I'm just talking about the markets. But let's just go ahead and see how this might have affected the crypto markets right here, and how it might affect the markets on Monday in United States especially, and in other parts of the world. Um, According to this, it says that Trump says the U.S. wants to help China amid tariff standoff. So after he said, "Hey, we're going to throw 100% tariffs on these guys," then all of a sudden he says, "Well, hey, maybe he had a bad moment. Maybe we should help this guy." You know what I mean? So uh, something to consider, I guess. So Trump signals calm amid escalating U.S. Trade dispute, saying America wants to help China, not hurt it, as both nations trade fresh tariff threats. Now, it says right here that U.S. President Donald Trump, in an attempt to ease tensions between Washington and Beijing, said that the United States wanted to support China rather than harm it. Trump's remarks came amid a flare up tariff threats over exports that have reignited fears of a full scale trade confrontation between the two global economic Chinas. Don't worry about China, it will all be fine. Highly respected President Xi just had a bad moment. He doesn't want depression for his country, and neither do I. The U.S. wants to help China, not hurt it. So Trump wrote on social media, adopting a more was this conciliatory tone after the sharp rhetoric. So it appears that Trump toned this down so that he could at least get the markets to calm down on Monday. So that's just my personal opinion in that regard. And I think that's exactly where we are concerning that. Not an issue, but I think it was a smart move on his account because you do not want the markets to be spooked on Monday. Now, let's go ahead and look into some X Twitter information. Well, how can I say X? The X site, formerly known as Twitter. So let's go ahead and see what's up with this information here. Talking about Turbo one more time. Some fantastic artwork that on Turbo. A lot of great community work. I mean, this is really not a whole lot we can say besides that. What is this one? Stealth EX Day 6 Turbocharged Birthday Giveaway. Turbo token. Prize pool with Turbo. Looks like another one of those awesome Turbo events in the Turbo community. This is a partnership with Bits on Chain. So this is very nice. Turbo is stretching out by great leaps. So Turbo's doing extremely well. Let's go ahead. Let me see if I can click on this little thing here. It says this little toad will go down in the history books as the king of memes who rewarded his loyal followers with freedom. So you got a beautiful medieval castle scene with the toad coming out of the book. So very nice artwork. Just great information as far as like how the great community is as far as the amount of time and aesthetics and artwork that's been put into making even just the sites themselves a success. Now, let's go a little bit with Toshi. All right, talking about Toshi. So in this particular regard with Toshi, more the same, great community artwork, etc., etc. The biggest news right here for Toshi, though, according to the X site, is that the blue cat has landed on OKX. Toshi is officially live on the OKX spot exchange. Remember, OKX is one of the largest exchanges in the world, not necessarily the United States, but in the world, and keep that in mind. So let's go a little bit further down. Talk about Toshi has entered the chat. I thought this was kind of goofy, but it's pretty funny looking. It says reaction when someone mentions Toshi. This is kind of funny, kind of cool actually. I like that one. Now let's go a little bit further in. Toshi Turbo. This is a great combination here. Now it's talking about many collaborations that are on Turbo, joining the revolution, the meme made by AI by the people. You got a plethora of companies. And then don't forget that the 130 spot exchanges here. OKX was already hosting and already had full disclosure of Turbo in the account even long before Toshi was involved. So just keep that in mind. These guys have 130 plus spot exchanges, and so these guys are very, very interesting, very good. Going to Toshi though, real quick. Toshi looks like they're working through a lot of the same things that they were. Notice OKX right here, the newest brand, so to speak. And see what else we got here. Uh, I wonder if they still got that same merchandise. I just have to keep looking. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Yep. Toshi doll, t-shirts, sweaters, etc. A lot of great information for Toshi in that regard as well. Now, let's keep it moving a little bit, talking about the Toshi price forecast. Toshi bulls eye the double-digit gains amid the fresh momentum. So we know that Toshi is hovering around that a tenth of a penny on Thursday, soaring more than 20% the previous day. Rising open interest and the recent OKX listing added to the bullish outlook. So technical outlook suggests gains towards the looks like a little bit less than a tenth of a percent. Well, it's a little bit more than tenth of a percent. My bad. Sorry. So just a little bit of a heads up on that. Also, let's close out with 4 tokens to invest that could be next in line for a mega run after Ethereum and Binance Coin. So somebody called it already on Ethereum and Binance Coin. That's really good. What else we got here? This is Turbo. And one of the things you're seeing right here about Turbo says targeting quicker transactions. Turbo differentiates itself from most traditional DeFi tokens, which have slow and costly transactions. The speed and efficiency of Turbo make it a valuable option for DeFi users who want fast transactions. With DeFi rapidly expanding and the need for high-speed solutions rising, Turbo has the opportunity to grow exponentially and become a leader in the next boom of the DeFi market. So that is something to consider in this regard as well. Guys, overall, just want to talk about these 2 particular coins, how effective they have been in a lot of ways, a lot of super bullishness that is getting ready to take place. And one of the things I can say is both coins have a nice, big, strong rally in them. So go ahead and get your DCAs ready. Hopefully the worst is over with all this manipulation. But at the same time, even if it isn't, some of us have the ability to see this through. All right, this is Al, Real Life Investing. I'm looking for these coins to really move sometime in the future. If they don't move right this second, we're not going to get angry. But at the same time, we're going to keep our eyes open. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to Real Life Investing. And thank you for watching.